This video is to demonstrate the operation of the Racal 929 receiver, which is a Vietnam-era manpack receiver. This would have been, of course, carried in the jungles in Vietnam. It is lightweight. The housing on it's plastic. And interesting enough, the receiver not only operates off of either 12 or 24 volt DC, but it is powered. I've connected it over here with the 12 volt DC power supply, and I put a power meter on top, and the power meter is in line with power supply, and it's showing 12 volts. So I'm sorry, not 12 volts, 12 watts. It is operating off of 12 watts, which is very low wattage. As you can see, there's no front panel lights, there's no tubes inside. This is a semiconductor era, but the receiver shows remarkable sensitivity, and it has a variety of features on it. First of all, it's decade style tuning here. You would tune, and then in order to fine tune, you have what is called a search. So for instance, on sideband, you would be able to zero that frequency in. It has an AM off AM, lower sideband, upper sideband. There's an AF gain for your volume control. Then you have, I believe that's a desiccant reading there that shows the health of the desiccant, whether it absorbs moisture or not. This is for a 50 ohm connector for an antenna, and then you can also insert a whip antenna, which would of course been commonly used in the jungle, except for if it was used for stationary applications, then they might have used a 50 ohm input. And this is actually your antenna tuner here. You tune this to peak the signal, and you can see the signal rise or lower according to the antenna tune. And then this is your ground over here. I have, for the demonstration, connected this hammer-length speaker. I don't typically have a lot of speakers around the shop because most receivers today have a speaker and they're self-contained built within. The military output here connects, there's three wires. The positive and the negative go to the power supply, and then the common negative and the speaker are shared. So those are connected in the negative here. The speaker has its own green wire it connects to the green wire here, which I've done temporarily with a wire nut so that they wouldn't come separated. And so I'm going to power this on, and it's powered. It's 13.8 volts DC. And then I'm going to turn on the receiver. So this is WWCR out of Tennessee, and it is 7:30 a.m. in the morning. It's not the particularly best time to get this signal. It's starting to fade out for the day, and I'm going to peak it. You can see it's up around 9.5. I'm going to peak that signal, and you watch the signal. You see the signal rising as I get down more into the 4840 range. So so you can see we get a good output of sound here. Now, interesting enough, you can operate using ECSS on sideband.
2.3% lower than in August of 2015. August's final reading was also.
So in this case, where the AM signal, the AM filter might be a bit wide, you can actually cut it down and go with a sideband and still operate on AM.
Smaller expected income gains and higher expenses. So,
now, I also want to show you how this operates on more than one signal. So 7780, I believe Brother Stairs on this time of the day. I did a little research, so let me get 7780 on here. So we're going to pick the signal. Now I'm going to go over and also peak my loop antenna. I have this connected to a remote loop antenna, and I apologize that it's remote. It's on the other side of the shop, and I'm running a lengthy wire here. But let me go peak that and I'll bring the signal up.
nothing united about the United States. There's nothing united about the status quo of the people. We are in division and in derision.
And we're getting some RF static there. It could even be from my shop lights, which are operated off of LED. And so we're getting Brother Stare. Cuba comes on, I think it's 11,760, so let me try that. So we're going to pick the signal here. You can see the signal coming up. Now I'm going to go pick the antenna. I'll be very quick. So this is not the best time for me to actually demonstrate this receiver to you. There aren't a lot of signals this time of the morning. And again, that's AM and sideband. And over here on the meter, I'll see if I can zoom in. You can see it's showing 11, 12 watts on the digital power meter as far as power consumption, which is good. Makes this radio a nice radio for emergency use. Turn this off now. Makes this radio a nice nice receiver for emergency use because it could be operated off of, say, a car battery, some D-cell batteries put in series, perhaps even a generator. But basically, this is a military-era receiver. It's in brand new condition. Was tested by the gentleman who sold it to me. I'm testing it here, but it comes in its original bag. There is no manual for it, but it is in excellent condition, and I'll take pictures and post those to eBay so that you may see them. Hope that this has been informative for you, and thanks very much for taking the time to watch it.